CNC3.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. I am Bhavita Gopalchan. Thank you so much for joining us. Top of the news at this time. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has blasted Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissess's announcement that her government supports a U.S. military presence in the Caribbean and would allow warships access to Trinidad and Tobago if Venezuela attacked Guyana. In a Facebook post, Dr. Rowley accused her of abandoning decades of regional diplomacy and aligning with Washington's Monroe Doctrine. He recalled 2019 when CARICOM leaders rejected ultimatums, engaged the UN, and spearheaded accords that brought Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro and Guyana's Irfan Ali face-to-face, moves he argued prevented war and calmed tensions. Dr. Keith Rowley warned that legacy is now being discarded, saying Trinidad and Tobago has set a foreign policy alight as a beacon to Monroe Doctrine advocates. He also shared a viral post calling the UNC government stance, quote, the most reckless foreign policy statement in years, end quote. Meanwhile, former National Security Minister Gary Griffith believes Trinidad and Tobago stands to benefit from its alignment with the United States as tensions between Washington and Caracas continue to escalate. Griffith says while the geopolitical situation requires careful management, the country's long-standing ties with the U.S. provide a level of stability and security in uncertain times. He cautioned, however, against what he described as continuous speculation, warning that unverified commentary could fuel misinformation and public confusion.
We need to be very careful, and if it is that their intention is to do to Trinidad and Tobago the same that they intend to do to Guyana, and they are allies of Trinidad and Tobago that could protect Trinidad and Tobago, I am stating let us utilize it properly, because information can be filtered into the public to falsely mislead them into thinking the wrong thing. So I need us to be very careful. We must not be operating based on emotion. We need to do it based on logic.
Griffith underscored the need for an urgent and united front among Caribbean leaders on the development. Now, the Prime Minister previously indicated that her government does not intend to engage CARICOM on this matter.
My take on it is not, it should not be every man for himself. We cannot be in a situation where our neighbor's house is on fire and we're just deciding to wet ours. And that's what some people are hoping and trying to hope that we'll do with Guyana. Let Guyana burn and we worry about ourselves. No, we'll wet all the wetting we could do. This, if it happens to Guyana, it is going to happen to Trinidad and Tobago. I would hope that the same thing that CARICOM did in how it is we dealt with looking after Haiti's to secure their democracy, we must do the same to support Guyana.
Griffith stressed that dialogue among regional leaders over the current impasse is critical to find a way forward. Now to this, Tobago has recorded its fifth murder for the year. The victim, 26-year-old shop owner Calvin Malcolm, was shot dead at his business place on Pembroke Bay Road last night. Senior Superintendent Earl Eli reported that around 8:50 p.m., Malcolm was at his shop with his common-law wife when a masked gunman dressed in black and wearing camouflage mask entered. The assailant pointed a firearm at Malcolm and fired several shots, hitting him about the body. The gunman then pointed the weapon at Malcolm's common-law wife and demanded money before fleeing. Malcolm was taken to the Roxborough Regional Hospital by his partner and others, where he was pronounced dead. Police believe robbery was the motive for this killing. On to some other local developments now. Public Utilities Minister Mary Pedarit is pledging to end cultural and religious discrimination within government institutions. During an interview following Ganesh Utsav celebrations at the Couva South Constituency Auditorium on Sunday, Pedarit accused the former PNM administration of removing cultural and religious events from the official calendar. Pedarit announced that events previously banned under the PNM would once again be placed at the forefront. He has also since requested all state boards to reintroduce the observance of national events as part of their corporate social responsibility within reasonable costs.
In the past, what has happened is that the management of these companies have been very selective of what they choose to celebrate and so on. And therefore, a diverse country like Trinidad and Tobago, I believe that we have to represent all faiths, all backgrounds. So I'm not so sure when you said that all these celebrations were cut in the past. It wasn't all. They selected which ones would have been cut.
He also explained that the Ganesh Utsav celebrations hosted by his office were funded by the private sector, even though the organizing group could have applied for state funding.
No state funding was used to have any of these celebrations. We did not apply, whereas we could have. We did not apply for state funding, whether it was for the purchase of the Murti or for the holding of the celebrations. We partnered with our corporate sponsors as well as we did fundraisers.
Meanwhile, in an unrelated matter, the president of the National Ramleela Council of Trinidad and Tobago has called for $1 million to stage this year's celebrations. Yesterday, Diraj Ramkisoon lamented that Ramleela has been treated as, quote, a bastard child by the state for decades, receiving little funding and scant recognition. He claimed that in 2024, the government provided no financial support for 17 groups under the NRCTT umbrella, claiming the application for funding had been submitted too late. However, the group received $100,000 for 2023 celebrations, long after the event had passed. Well, as the nation prepares to mark Independence Day without its traditional military parade, historian Dr. Jerome Tilaksing is urging citizens to embrace wider forms of national pride. The government's decision to cancel this year's parade, citing security concerns, has drawn mixed reactions from the public. While some lament the absence of the spectacle, others believe the celebration of independence should not be limited to a single event. Dr. Tilaksing echoed this view, stressing that patriotism should extend beyond parades and flag-raising ceremonies.
So I think that we need to also look at other elements that made us an independent country, other national symbolism. I think the parade is one element, and we cannot just believe that is 100% patriotism. Look at the way we treat our environment. Look at the murder rate. That should tell you, that should be a barometer to measure the levels of patriotism in this country.
During an interview on CNC3's The Morning Brew program today, Dr. Tilaksing noted that independence was not confined to one day on the calendar. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
If you could see what the future holds, you'd see that while things change, you've still got it. You are strong, resilient, inspiring, and you won't be defined by time. You'll own every minute of it because you were made for more. Discover how Alive multivitamins by Nature's Way help you age vibrantly.
You can tell from the crowd who's up next. It's Trinray's star player, whose world-class stats put him in a league of his own. Trinray's risen to become a true force to be reckoned with. With an unbeaten Carry A rating, they boast a strong solvency and A-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing Trinray's financial and technical strength at its best.
Trinray, premier insurance coverage for less.
Move from CXC to your business management degree in just over 2 years with the globally and ACTT-recognized ABE qualification at CTS College. Students with limited CSEC passes or mature candidates with work experience can enroll. Each level can be completed in under 6 months, with a diploma awarded upon completion of each level and a bachelor's degree awarded at the end of the entire program. Contact CTS College today and ask about our flexible payment terms.
The Spellbound Caravan is coming to you, featuring the Hive of 5, Saturday, September 6th at Gulf City Mall, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get ready to experience our thrilling interactive zone, where kids and adults explore the UN Sustainable Development Goals in a fun and creative way. Test your knowledge and get the chance to win prizes and giveaways from our amazing sponsors, photo ops with the Spellbound hosts, and so much more. The Spellbound Caravan is brought to you by the Ministry of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development, Cricks Vital Supplies, Diana Candy, Ferrero Optical, Bell Grooves, Amco, and Happy Land.
Welcome back in sport. The St. Lucia Kings CPL fixture against the Barbados Royals last evening at Croix Islet was washed out. Persistent rain kept the players indoors, and the match officials called the game close to 10 p.m. The no result meant the Kings moved to 4 points, joining the Knight Riders, Patriots, and the Amazon Warriors in the tied table. The tournament continues on Wednesday as the Kings host the Amazon Warriors. Meanwhile, St. Kitts Nevis Patriots captain Jason Holder is hinting at bringing in reinforcements for the Patriots as they deal with the injuries within their team after the loss to the Falcons on Sunday, where Evan Lewis left the field on his return from injury. Holder also expressed his confidence as they hit the road after 5 home matches.
Yeah, we've got a few niggles in the camp, man. It's no secret. Yeah, just about how we manage them and trying to get the best out of them while they're playing, you know. I guess if they're not well enough to play, then we'll have to look at a replacement. Yeah, you never know what can happen, you know. I mean, we're still in the tournament, as I said. I mean, as I've been saying before, but for us, we just got to play cricket, man. We've just got to play better cricket. We haven't been to our best yet. You know, we've been able to scrape them in 1 or 2 games, but having said, I think we need to put together a better overall performance.
Well, that's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Tobago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB.
Great deals with PRW Back to School. Save big with laptops starting from $3,100. Sky 7-inch tablet only $465. Need a printer? We've got it starting from $625. Get a 40-inch RCA TV only $1,850. 19.5-inch LG monitor $699. Secure your home with our security combo starting from $3,000. Call PRW today 285-9779. Check us in store for keyboards, webcams, stationery, and lots more.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
This is more than just music. This is where you find the best of TNT. This is more than just a vibe. This is where Bollywood gets a twist. This is more than just energy. This is Bhangra and indie pop too. This is the mix. This is the life. Lock on or log on now. Sangeet 106.1 FM. This is authentic East Indian radio. This is us.
Regionally, the Guyana Elections Commission has confirmed that all election materials, including ballot boxes containing votes cast by members of the disciplined forces, are secure following a convoy accident. On Friday at East Coast, Demerara, the convoy, which included Elections Commission staff, political party agents and police officers under escort from District 6 to Georgetown when they got into a crash that left several persons injured. The injured were taken to hospital for treatment. In a statement, officials dismissed social media claims that ballot boxes were scattered during the incident. The commission stressed that the materials were immediately retrieved and were in safe custody at its own Georgetown headquarters. The accident is being investigated by the Guyana Police Force. Let's now join Jean-Marc Rampersad for a look at the weather forecast.
We had a hot and a sunny start to the day with just the odd shower over eastern areas and the Saharan dust concentration decreasing from yesterday. This afternoon we can expect a few showers to develop mostly over Trinidad with the possibility of an isolated heavy shower or thunderstorm favoring northern and western areas. We can then expect a mostly fair night with 1 or 2 brief showers. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Fernand formed late on Friday and hasn't posed any threat to land. It's now in the North Atlantic Ocean, heading farther away from the Caribbean at this time, and we may have a relatively quiet week in terms of cyclone activity.
Thank you, Jean-Marc, and thank you for joining us for a look at the day's developments so far. We'll have these stories and so much more coming up for you in a Midday Newscast at 7 p.m. today. Until then, have a great day.
You're watching CNC3.